to the Ridebold YouTube channel. And if you're new, this is where we ride fast, we ride smart, but we ride bold. Today is holiday NPR day. Yes, it is. I'ma get dropped. Oh yeah, downtown LA, baby. NPR. I'ma get dropped, I know it. I'ma drop my best. It's cold as I don't know what. Why did I do this? Sun not even fully out yet. I'm here at NPR in the morning. They haven't came just yet. This is the LAX Westchester Parkway Street. And it's cold. Like, it's cold. I want to keep my jacket on, but I need the aerodynamic on this race, or this practice race. Too cold, man. I can barely feel my toes. Let's get this started. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is NPR on Tuesday mornings. We roll out at 8:30 a.m. sharp at Manhattan Beach Pier. They smooth roll over to Westchester Parkway, and we do 5 laps here. This is also our LAX race. My stats for this practice crit race was average of speed was 24, average power 240, average cadence 73. My efficiency was 1.8. My heart rate was 166, man. Yeah, good morning. This is NPR, man. Our training ground here. And also our LAX race on our calendar in Southern California. My agenda from my coach was not to be on the front too much unless I'm feeling good, but to sit in and be efficient. And what I mean by sit in is not sit in the back, but just be smooth. So far, we have a rider over here to the left. He does a roll attack. And this is still the second half of the first lap, but it's too early. Too early. I wanted to stay around the front, pretty much 5th or 6th wheel, and just to assess the field, see what the energy is like, what they're trying to do, what their motives are. Is this going to be a super spicy day, or is it going to be a hard day? On today, it was just a hard day. It wasn't really spicy. But it can get spicy depending on who all comes out. Yeah. So, second attack, Angel over here to the right. I didn't even know that was Angel. He rolls up to the front. As soon as he gets to the front, he gonna do this little sprint trying to bridge to the guy who took a flyer the first time. Again, it's still a little too early. But Angel, man, that man right there, he can hold it for the rest of the ride. So somebody got to make a decision up here in the front. But again, I'm just gonna be patient. Patient is key, and see what's going on. So coming into, still on the same lap, these two riders right here, they always stay attacking. So they also wanted to go bridge. Now I got a decision to make. The guy in the white is rolling. Should I go with him, or should I let somebody else fill it in? So I decided to let somebody else fill it in. It's still the first lap, man. And we're going into a headwind right now. And believe it or not, I believe it might have been a headwind on the other side too as well. Quite weird. Quite weird. But I wanted to sit behind this guy. He like 6'4". I'm going to get a draft. And they're going to pick it up as soon as the guy in the white, he going to pull off and then go pick the speed up. So I'm in a perfect position to be in. Just sit behind this guy right here and let him pull me up. So jumping into the next section. When you come out of the shape of this race is like a donut. When you come out of the turns, it depending on how you go into the turn depends on how you come out, meaning you could put in a lot of watts or you could do some rolling. So I wanted to make sure that I was kept rolling across with some type of momentum, so I had to do too many watts, because trying to do 700 watts coming out just to get back up to speed, man, that's taxing. So that rider just took off. Again, remind you, we still got 4 riders up in the front. I think 3 or 4, one of the two. So I know I want to bridge at this moment. I can tell the body language of these 2 riders that they're not going to bridge. So what I do is I let the gap get just far enough to where I know I'm going to bridge. I'm not going to sprint. I'm just going to be in the saddle on a sprint right here. I don't even think, I just crushed over 600 watts. But what I'm doing right now, I know I can hold this all the way to them. And I'm looking back to seeing who came with me. Nobody came with me, so I'm about to hold this. But I also happen to see the red light up in front, so I know the group in front of me is about to stop. But that's a bad decision that I made, to rely on the light, because these lights over here, they can move quick. So just to hit green, and Elijah comes flying right by. That's exactly what I should have did, what he just did, is kept rolling just in case it did. So he didn't have to do anything, no type of hard work. Now I got to burn a match, full match, just to get to this, just to bridge to the group. Because that's now 6 riders off on the front. I look back, the field is right behind me. But if the field wasn't behind me, man, these guys can just motor for the rest of the race. But we end up bringing back Angels right here on the right, and the group is all back together. So all I'm going to do is just slot in and recover as much as possible. But let's jump forward into, I think, what was a pivot move for the day. This is, I believe, going into 3rd lap or 4th lap, whichever one. And my coach is right here in the orange. A car was coming, a second car was coming. So that second car coming had to stop the field a little bit. He looks back to see what they do, and I didn't look back, because I wanted to see if he wanted to motor up. So I pull up on the side of him, and pretty much this is what I said.
Ain't no motor. They ain't gonna get away. All 3 of them. They're not going nowhere. I know.
So I knew he wasn't gonna try to catch that the break. Because I think they might have been a little too far. But if he was willing to work or willing to do it, I was willing to go with him. He has an engine on him. So what we did is just made sure we just did tempo. He looked underneath his arm just to see where the field was at. So the field is for the, come and get us. And hey, we starting all over again. So the Bahati jersey right here, he let 2 people come off on the front. They just roll off on the front, and my coach goes to try to bridge, and I look and I see Angel going, but he went hard, so I wanted to let and get on his wheel. Now, why did I do that? I don't know. If y'all don't know who Angel is, Angel used to ride for Legion of Los Angeles. He was their main puller, one of their main pullers. This man is as big as a toothpick. I ain't getting no draft. I'm doing 400 watts just in his draft alone. And I'm like, I can't hold this, bruh. He flicks his elbow. I am not pulling through. Now, y'all drop a comment below and let me know what I should have did. Pull through for like 5-10 seconds, or just pull off just like I did. I know my coach is going to say something to me. He going to say something because he yelled too as well, talking about pull through. I was hurting. For a good second. Heart rate at 181 already. And I'm trying to survive for the rest of this. I don't know. But I pull off. I'm going to let the field work, man. Try to let the field work, and I'm going to slot right back in, and we're going to start this all over again. But let's jump to the last lap, and we're going to let this ride out. So coming into the last lap, we got 2 riders. My coach goes, and now it's 4 riders up off the front. And they're about to enter into the last lap. I have a decision to make. I know I got to keep my momentum as I come into this turn. Because if I promise you, you come into this turn slow, you're going to be doing 600, 700, 800 watts coming out. So I wanted to keep my speed And then I see Elijah go, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go around this guy, and I gotta bridge this right now. But luckily, the 4 riders, they slow up. I don't know why. They could have made us hurt right by now, but they slow up. I kept my momentum, bridging this all the way, just in case. I don't know. But 2 riders, they continue to keep riding. And then another guy is going to come. He comes up. Now that's 3 riders. Now the guy right here in the red and black, or red and blue, I should have jumped in front of my coach, because he starts to motor just a little bit. As he goes away, I'm not in his draft. And then next he sprints. I'm not in his draft. Is either hurt right now or kill my sprint. So I killed the sprint, and then next the field is coming. So I'm happy I did that, because now I can let the field work and pull that right back. And I can save myself for the rest. Save myself for the second half of the last lap. Man, if y'all like what y'all hearing, leave a comment below. I've been reading the comments, man. I appreciate it. My commentary. I'm just trying to be honest, and literally share what I'm thinking during some of this. Am I actually a pro? No, I'm not. But I have enough experience, and with elite riders that I ride with, with Justin, Bahati, Sharon Smith, and all of them out here in Los Angeles, man, I get a lot of insight of things that I should do, should not do, and I get it the hard way, because them cats will probably yell at me, and then some of them do yell at me, but it's healthy for me. It's healthy for me to receive and then apply it to what I do. So, and that's what's got me this far, so far, with only been racing as a road cyclist for 3 years. So, yeah. Also, follow me on Instagram, man. I'm going to be doing this for the season, full commentary. So, just follow me on Instagram and you'll get more information about that. So I seen Elijah pull off to the right, and I wanted to slop in and get behind the field just to see who's all here. Normally, in a real race, I would not do this. At this point, I don't care who's left in the field or not. And sometimes I probably should not do that here, but I knew today was not going to be extremely spicy. It was just going to be hard, but not spicy. So I went to the back, drank some water, and just assess what's going on. So why you should not do this is because in a real race, you get 2 sprints at the very end that you have to do. The first one is you have to sprint to get into position, and then you have to hold that. The second one is the field sprint to the finish line. So me assessing what's going on, if I do this in a real race going to the back, that's just crazy. No, you need to figure it out. So the field slows up right here, and what I do is just keep my momentum, because this is the free ride to the front. Hey, I could just roll to the front now. I don't have to sprint to the front. So I come up to the front. I don't go all the way to the front. And the reason why is because when we make this left turn, the last left turn, if you off in first 5, you're going to be peeling off. Riders are going to be peeling off. So you put yourself in a bad position of being in the front too early. So what I do is just slot behind Angel, because I know he going to be putting in work coming out of this turn. I'm not letting nobody take the wheel. I don't know who that guy is. I don't care. Even if I did know him, you're not getting this wheel. As much as how small Angel is, I'm gonna have to just put in a little bit of work. So I just stayed behind Angel, and coming out of this turn, he finna get ready to crank it up and just keep it spicy. Just keep it a little bit, people on their toes. So I'm staying glued to his wheel no matter what. Well, if he falls back, I'm getting off his wheel for sure. So again, one of the goals for today was just trying to be efficient with my breathing, efficient with my pedal strokes, efficient with effort that I take, what attack that I do, what bridge that I try to do. Just be efficient in knowing that I can actually continuously keep doing it. Angel comes up and he slots behind a guy that's like 6'4", which is cool because Angel is probably like 5'7". So this man do no watts. So I'm sitting behind Angel, and we did catch a guy who did kind of take a flyer. And we all back, the field is all back together, and people are, they kind of soft pelling right now because we got to get over the, a couple of rollers and before we come into the finish line. So I don't care what's going on right now. I don't care who's behind me. I'm staying right here and I'm staying right behind Angel. So a guy comes on the left in the orange, he does attack. Angel goes, but Angel was smart. You didn't see Angel go behind the guy in the orange. He stays behind the guy, the 6'4" guy. Only for the fact that, if the 6'4" guy is going to put in work to go chase him down, I might as well get behind him. But you see how low Angel is? I can't get that low, man. I can't. My chest would be on my handlebars trying to get that low. I'm trying my best. Trying to hold on and stay on. Another benefit thing about, I guess, at this time in the morning, and during the races, how I'm processing and what I'm looking at. Specifically here, I'm looking at the shadows. You can look to the right, look at the shadows, and see what type of damage are we creating? Are we not creating anything? What's going on? Who's behind you? Who's not? So the second thing that I also, because if you might not get this type of sunlight during the race, the other thing that I'm looking at is my rider in front of me, his hands is on the hoods. He gets in the drops, and that's when I get in the drop because I know he's about to wind it up. So I'm in the right position, and the only thing I can really pay attention to is who's going to come on my left side. So I pop out a little bit, and then next thing you know, exactly what I was thinking, Elijah jumps. Angel jumps with it. I'm in the right position to go. But here's where I make the mistake. You see how I went to the right? Because there's so much momentum. I should have slowed down, and I should have stayed on his wheel, on Angel's wheel, because now I'm boxed out. This is the sprint. Last 250 meters, this is the sprint. I'm in the headwind all by myself, and I just did a match. That was the end of my race, man. But it's a lesson learned. So all you can do is just come out to the next Tuesday and try to apply it. So if you like what you heard today, man, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. Thank you for all those who've been leaving comments and stuff. I appreciate it. Also follow me on Instagram. And then most of all, make sure y'all ride fast, you ride smart, but you ride bold. Catch y'all in the next episode.